alive. Only came to terrify. Every topic scary, we could leave the bravest paralyzed. Hope you're not at home alone. Better keep the lights on. But if you love adrenaline, then welcome to the fright zone. Willie is the leader, the visionary dreamer. Gerard got the joke, scaredy cat the screamer. You gon' get this work if you scared, go to church. This podcast is scariest, you heard it here first.
And he said that to me because I was like, I'm just excited that Jeepers Creepers is here. You know, I want to see the character again. But when because he's a huge lover of Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
Yo, welcome to Yep, That's Scary. I'm your host, Willie May, and this is our new studio. It's very Hocus Pocus vibes. I am so excited to be here today and so excited to have you in front of me. Again, welcome to Yep, That's Scary, your new Halloween horror and haunted house podcast. Today is a bonus feature with Yep, That's Scary as we give you the best of Halloween horror and the haunted house entertainment. I am your host, Willie May, and with me I have Brent Segars, who's doing the live broadcasting. And today we are all about Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus!
Those were a hoax! We're wasting time. We must fly. Fly. On what? Just like my old one.
Well, what about us? There's only one.
Bats and beetles, find something, anything. We must fly!
Anything. Winnie! My broomies are misbehaving! Oh, Winnie! I'm surfing, Cowabunga! Winnie!
What unholy dance art thou doing?
They were the only broomies left. The man said, be careful, they have a mind of their own. He's right.
Stop it! Sit. Sisters, focus! We must fly to our ancestral cottage, get book, and brew our potion.
Then what, Winnie? Then what?
Then we run amok in Salem.
Ah, muck.
Stop that! Don't make me come over there with this broom.
That is so funny. Okay, so I just want to say I got a good friend with me who's a New York-based director, choreographer, and educator. Coming soon, this September 30th, you will be able to see Steven as a principal dancer in Disney's Hocus Pocus 2. He is a teaching artist for Disney Theatrical Group, for which he teaches choreography from all of the Disney On Broadway shows. Steven is the creator of Innovative Theatrics, a new web series featuring musical numbers from New York composers. He is the co-creator of Ladies of the 80s. His credits includes The Wiz Scotland, Clack Moo Canada US National Tour, the Untitled John Mayer Project, the Little Orchestra Society concert series, Money Shot, a new musical, associate director and choreographer of Clint Black's Looking for Christmas at the Old Globe, Murder for Two at Second Stage and New World Stages First National Tour, Yeast Nation, writers of Urinetown, ZM Zombies musicals, writer of Urinetown, Law and Order SVU, and he has a BFA with the Boston Conservatory. Ladies and gentlemen, here with me is a dear friend of mine who is awesome, creative, and performer, Steven Cardona! What's up, man? How are you? Let's go. Did I do that right? I mean, like, your resume is freaking flawless. It's amazing. You have amazing career and amazing life.
Thanks, man.
I just want to say that. And can I say this? Like, you are one of the smartest choreographers I know. And I want to just genuinely say that to you because I watched you work and I watched you take a project and hold it by its hand and take these artists and creators and like literally like, do smart dancing with it. And like when I perform, dancing is always like this to me. It's like I'm trying to reach for it. You see it as a different perspective, and I love it.
Yeah.
And even though I wasn't from the performance side, I was from the creative side of things. I love watching you, and you're so smart, and just your body language and movement, and it's so comfortable, and you make people feel comfortable. And I just want to say, you're the smartest choreographer I know.
Wow,
And I know a lot of choreographers, but I just thoroughly enjoy you, and I miss you, and I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being here.
And just in case nobody knows what you're talking about, we worked together on the John Mayer Project. So
Yes, we did work together on John Mayer Project. Yes, we did, and it was awesome. Look at this. Look at this.
Hey, look at you.
Look
You
at
got it
that.
all taken care of.
Yes, and when we first met, um, it was cool. You were fresh from New York, coming into what Temecula, California, and you were just. Was that your first time in California?
No, it wasn't my first time in California, but it was my first
Right.
time, like I guess choreographing a project because I usually do stuff in New York City. But yeah, it was
Right.
cool to be brought in for that project.
Yes, and I was so pumped seeing you. I think I picked you up from New York, or no, I don't know if I did or not, but I just remember seeing you. And I was like, oh, let's go! Like we're gonna have a blast. And Steven was the choreographer for the Untitled John Mayer Project. I actually helped produce it, and it was so much fun with John Scott Lopp and just everybody. It was an awesome dear project, and it was awesome. And we actually just had some fun in California. Like what else did we do? Like we went to what is this? Oh,
Yes, SeaWorld! Oh my gosh. I can't believe you found these photos. It's crazy.
yes, I had to. I had to go reach back. You know what I mean? And so we went to SeaWorld. I think, I was in like work mode, and and everyone's like, no, take a break. We're gonna go to SeaWorld. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna get Steven out and see some California stuff. And we went to SeaWorld. We got wet. We got wet and wild.
Yes, but also look at that
Oh
face.
my-
Every single photo, my face is
Yeah.
like ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I felt like I had a right to take it since you took the pictures.
yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
But this is my favorite. I
Oh
love this
my
picture of
God.
us. Yes, yes. So what's up, man? How's it going?
Nuts.
Yes, I did that. So how's
Oh my
everything? How's life for you?
Oh man, it's great. Honestly, coming out of the pandemic, surprisingly, it was really tough for artists in New York City because
bet.
all theater was shut down. But I really got to lean into my education background, so I did a lot. Like basically, everybody on Broadway did this and just like started teaching and stuff. So I did a lot of like
Yeah.
teaching and education, on Zoom and stuff, which kind of got me through. So it's now amazing to kind of break away
That's out of there.
and
Yes.
to be like. We've got theater, we've got film production happening, and ramping up. We're at the endemic, thank goodness. So
Yes.
it's really
Yes.
relief to breath.
Yeah, so when you bust out and from from COVID and started to like do things and do projects, was this like your first project, or what were you doing at that time after COVID? Was
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Was it my first thing that I've done, specifically Hocus Pocus? I think it might have been. Yeah, I think you're right.
Nice.
Actually.
So tell me about this. So like first of all, let me say I watch you. Okay, I'll be on Instagram like what's Steven doing. I'm not a stalker. I'm just saying. I love. First of all, I love your post. If you guys follow him, follow Steven. I'm dead serious because his posts and everything about him is so fun and so creative, and I love it because you're always at Disney, and I have this like
There's a ton of Disney stuff for me. That's for sure.
right. I'm like I don't I like how like look at this. I like you're with Mickey, and I haven't been with Mickey since I don't know. I think we were at Disney, or I was with J. Scott Lapp as well. And so like I see these pictures and I'm like, oh my
Oh, you're
gosh.
picking all the Disneyland Paris ones.
Is that Paris?
Yeah.
Is that where you?
Yeah.
How was that for you?
That was fine. I've been lucky enough. I've visited all the Disney parks in the world. And my favorite.
Jealous. See, this is why I follow him, because he goes to every park, and that's one of my goals. That's one of my goals, is to go to all the parks and to experience everything, even the language. You know, I went to London for 2 weeks, but I wanted to go to the Paris Disney because it's not that far from London. But like, I see this, and was this during after COVID? Was this because they look like they're 6 feet distancing?
Oh no, this is Hawaii.
This was Hawaii. And were they social distancing? Were they like 7 feet, 12 feet from you? Like, what was that like?
It's not a big distance from us. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
Was that different?
Again, I'm literally obsessed. So I have gone to literally everything Disney. So Alani, I've gone to their private island. You know, I'm a little much, but that's why you have to follow me, because you're going to see a bunch of content. Oh, there's the Halloween party.
Yes. So hopefully this season we get to go and do the Halloween party. So I'm really excited for that. So
it's fun.
Oh my gosh! So
I was doing Ladies of the '80s over at the Orlando Fringe Festival this year, and one of the performers is actually friends with Winifred Sanderson in the Hocus Pocus show.
No way!
Yep. So I got a little sneak peek backstage and got to meet the ladies.
No,
that was awesome.
I don't know how you get. No, I don't know how you could do that. I would just freak out. I would freak out. No, so wait, did you get a chance to see the Hocus Pocus celebration? Were you there or no?
What are you talking about? What is that?
The on Disney Plus. I watched it on Disney Plus, but there's a Hocus Pocus celebration where it was like the anniversary, and they brought the sisters in.
Yeah. The show with like Alaska.
Yes, the show. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because like I freaked out. I watched it, and after that, I was like, there has to be a Hocus Pocus 2, and now there is, and you are on it, and that's how you guys. I'm bringing it all together. This is how I found out that Steven was with Hocus Pocus, because I was stalking him, and I was like, where is he at now? Like, let's see what Disney place you're at now. And he's like whispering in the camera, talking about his experience on how he auditioned for Hocus Pocus 2. And I was like, wait a minute. I had Ben and Jerry's, and I spat it up all over the floor. And I was like, go, hold up. And we're doing this watch party, and I'm like, and I know him. So I was like, I have to get him on this show. And here you are. And so I was excited, man. So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little about how that all happened.
Yeah, first of all, I'm so happy that you brought me on. Thank you for inviting me to come do this. This is really cool. I will say this: I do work for Disney, so as a disclaimer, all of the things that I say here are just like my own thoughts. They're not Disney. So Mickey Mouse, please don't come and send me a little paperwork saying, "Hey."
Don't do it, Mouse. Don't you do it, Mouse.
So all this is my own opinions and my own thoughts, not Disney's. Okay, we got that out of the way.
Yes.
So you can actually go to my Instagram now and check out. I posted a whole video on how I auditioned. It's a little teaser, so check that out, because it's a very interesting audition story, especially because it all took place during COVID, right? So we filmed this movie a whole year ago. So the audition process is very different than it was when we were in person. I'll just say that.
Well, let's take us there. Take us there to that. So first of all, how did you get the information? How did you know that they were doing Hocus Pocus 2? Because I would have freaked out and told everybody and their mama.
Yeah, right. No, well, so I have a friend of mine. She actually, I went to high school with her, and she is now kind of She works with Disney, specifically in their production department. And she sent me a link online. She said, "Hey, look, they're looking for. They have auditions coming up. They're looking for dancers. You need to do this." So I was like, "Yeah, of course I need to do this." So thanks to her sending me the link, I sent my I almost said application, my audition to that. And actually, funny story, I didn't make the first round. I actually was put in as an alternate. I hope that this person is okay. But what happened was I went to go to California to visit California. So imagine, you know, I get to California, it's like 10 a.m. and I was so excited because one of my friends got me into Club 33. Does anybody know what Club 30? Do you know what Club 33 is?
Yes, it is the upscale, like exclusive, everybody can't get in club. So you had this? You had access to this?
Dude, I had reservations.
Look at God.
It's insane. It's like a crazy wait list. It's like $30,000 a year to be a member of this club. And basically all you do is you get into the park and you have to pay a really expensive, you know, like price for dinner in the theme park. So that's what you get for spending all that money. But you can get in if you have like somebody who invites you, like a member of the club invites you as their guest. Yeah. So I was so lucky. I was like, yes, I'm so pumped. So I get there, I, you know, get my in and out, you know, because you're in California. And I'm
gotta get the in and out. You gotta get the in and out. Let's go. Let's go. The whole experience.
I get to my friend's apartment and just, you know, like unpacking my stuff. And then I get a call and it's casting. And they were like, hey, so we changed our minds. Somebody just tested positive for COVID. We need you to come in like 2 days, but you need to get tested today for COVID. I was like, what? So
wait. So here you are at the theme park, about to go to the exclusive club 31, and then you get this call, and you have to go take a COVID test. Did you say, hey, I'm at the park? Why don't we just do it now? Like, what's going on?
What kind of question is that? Of course. And well, because they also thought, because they know that I'm based in New York City, so they thought I was there. And they were like, okay, well, we can set up a COVID test, you know, in Manhattan or whatever. I was like, actually, I'm in California. And they're like, great, there's COVID tests everywhere because they film everywhere in California. So it was really easy, you know, because that was the procedure. Is we had a rehearsal on Monday. It was the weekend. So everyone has to test 2 days prior to the rehearsal. And then when you get to the rehearsal, then you had a test again. So I had to go take that test. Yeah.
So new normal of filming and even in theater, right? You have to take a COVID test. And is it a certain type of test or is it just any test?
Yeah. You had to do the PCR test. Can't be a rapid test. So we, you know, did that. And of course, I'm like, oh my God, wearing a mask everywhere. I was like, don't get me sick. I need to be
right. Right.
So I was very lucky to be like first alternate, and so that I got in to do that. So yeah, so I took the COVID test. I was fine. I paid for an insanely expensive flight, like for that day to fly back to New York. So I literally just got to California. I was like, I gotta fly back. So it cost me a lot of money, but it was totally worth it because hello, I get to be in the movie. So I flew back to New York, and then we were actually filming in Newport, Rhode Island. So that's where the rehearsal was. So being in New York City, I don't have a car, so I had to like get a rental car. I had to drive over there, all that jazz. But I was like, I don't care. I gotta be in this movie because come on, it's Hocus Pocus 2.
Right. So you had 2 weeks to rehearse. How was that process like?
No, we only had 1 day.
1 day. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was gonna say 2 days, but excuse me. 1 day. How was it like to hop into something? Was it already going? Were they already rehearsed? No. So everyone's coming for the first time. Okay.
Yeah, so they had 40 dancers, and it was just 1 day of rehearsal. It wasn't like, you know, crazy triple turn, split, kick your face, you know, whatever. You know, the first movie, right? You can see, actually, everyone's already seen the second movie by now. You better, if you haven't watched the stream, the live stream with Willie, do it.
Right. Please do.
Release it. But obviously we know that the original I Put a Spell on You, iconic, but look at that choreography. Like, first of all, there was no choreography for any of the guests in the party. You were just kind of like sitting there, you know, so they took it a little bit level up by having the guests. That's who I was. I was one of the villagers dancing, but they took it that step up to have us part of it. But it's, you know, it's just very simple choreography. So yeah, it was interesting process because Zach, the choreographer, you know, we were in this ballroom in a hotel room, and he and his assistant kind of like played around, just like you do in any rehearsal, had some ideas of like choreography and kind of played around with it. And he's actually the associate to Anne, the director, and I guess she also is a choreographer herself, but
Wow.
she decided, obviously, like very smartly, to not choreograph this because she's like, I'm doing this mega huge movie, so
Right.
I'm gonna have my associate be the choreographer, which is great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so with Beat and Roll, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that it was just interesting because I remember when we were on set, Anne was addressing us, and she told us, she's like, I'm so excited to do this movie. I'm so thrilled to bring this back, but you all don't understand the enormous pressure that I'm under.
What?
She was like, somebody literally came up to her and said, hey, Anne, I'm so excited you're doing this Hocus Pocus 2. Don't mess it up. It's been 30 years. And she was like,
oh, talk about pressure. Like, people, calm down. Like, we already get it. We get it. As creatives, we all get it, right? You got the studio, you got the producers, you got the executive producers, and you have to deal with different personalities. We get it, but if someone really said that to her, that's crazy.
Yeah, yes, apparently. But I get it. Like I'm sure the higher ups Disney, they put some money into this film. They're putting a lot of stock into it.
Yes.
So there is a lot of pressure to make that happen for sure.
So walking from the rehearsal to the set, how did that work out? Like,
yeah,
so
we did rehearsal for one day, right? And then they were like, okay, great, we'll see you next week. So the filming was the following week. And they told us, like, there might be some changes, whatever. He like filmed it, and he was like, I'm going to send this to the director, get her notes, yada, yada, yada. So we go away, and we had no idea. Like, we're kind of like waiting on pins and needles for like an email to be like, okay, this is the new choreography, this changed, this didn't, whatever. Nothing. So we're like, oh, okay. So we just show up the day of the shoot, and we're kind of like in the dark. So we were in the Salem Scare scene, that in case you haven't watched it yet, I don't want to spoil anything. So disclaimer, okay. Press pause if you haven't watched it yet. Okay.
Disclaimer.
All right. So as you know by now, so the witches have come back. They're in this scene searching for the mayor of Salem. And so they basically, the witches think that they're going on stage because they see a bunch of people dressed up as the Sanderson sisters. Turns out that those Sanderson sisters are actually doing a Sanderson sister lookalike competition. And the witches think that they're celebrating and worshiping them. They realize, obviously, this is not a worship session, so they decide, we're going to use this town. They put a hex on us. And so what better song to use than Blondie's One Way or Another? I'm going to find out. Because we go off and we go and find the mayor for them. Actually, it's so funny because we had very little information going into it. Like, we obviously knew the song because we did rehearsals to it and stuff. Let me tell you this. Day one of rehearsal, they play the music and they literally have the voices of like Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, and we are like dying because we're like, we all love Hocus Pocus, and we hear for the first time this music. We don't have it. We can't share it. We can't even talk about it. And we're just like, oh, this is it.
Steven, hold up. Steven, I got to say something. You're freaking me out. I'm shaking over here. I got goosebumps. My hair's sticking up in the back of my neck. I'm freaking out. You guys, I'm a huge Hocus Pocus fanatic. This is a tradition of mine. Every Halloween, I'm sitting and watching Hocus Pocus, okay? Brent, the live broadcaster, is his favorite. We're fanatics. I'm, just hearing you talk about your experience, it's giving me vibes, bro. I wouldn't be able to be you in this situation, even though it's an awesome situation, because I would have been kicked out. I would have been kicked out. They would have dragged my butt out, and they would have just fired me because, dude, like hearing that song, I just want to be there. I want to be in your shoes and hang out with them and hang out with the Sanderson sisters and take pictures and everything. Just live in Hocus Pocus. So I'm like freaking out. So you guys hear this music, you hear them. and then you guys can't talk about it, and this is the music that you have to dance to?
Yeah, we can't photograph, we can't do videos, we can't do anything, right? Like
Oh
Disney
my
is like, especially with this film, Disney was like intense about like not letting anything out, not letting any of the information out.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but if you think that's interesting, wait until we meet the witches on set because that was.
Let's go. Well, first of all, before we get go ahead. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm a fly on the wall. I'm a booger in the air. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm just chilling, listening to you go because first of all, let me just say this, everybody. I live vicariously through you. I stalk him. He is an amazing creative. He is. Are you like? Can I say you're a Disney influencer? Somewhat. I know you work for Disney,
not
but
a Disney influencer.
you need to be. I'm just saying, like, you need to be an influencer because you bring stuff that influencers can't bring. I'm just saying. But
thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But like, I watch you, and so yeah. So okay, so take me there. Take me to the steps. So you guys hear this? You're there now at the sets. What's next? What's going on?
I mean, all of us are just obviously on cloud 9, and like during our breaks, we're just like chilling, like getting to know like the other dancers and stuff because we're also just talking about like looking at each other like, can you believe we're doing this? Are you serious? Like we're getting paid to do this? We shouldn't get paid. We should be paying them to do this, Like it was insane.
Right. Yeah, check. Let's go.
It was only what was it? Like a 5-hour rehearsal. That was it. Maybe 4 hours. It was quick, quick rehearsal period. Like I said, we get back a week later. We don't hear anything from them, and we go to wardrobe. We're getting super stoked and stuff. Getting into our costumes. We have to get a COVID test again before we get on set.
Yeah, so I hear that you have to take the test before you actually enter the, and it was the nasal swab, mouth swab, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the deal is you have to do a test 2 days before you get to set just to make sure that you're not COVID. And then when you get to set, you have to take a test. And then every 2 days on set, you have to take a test.
Now, when you're getting in your costume, you're at wardrobe. Do they have all your measurements already, right? Is that the deal? For anyone that's new, kind of take us through that.
I mean, this was a little bit different because of the nature of the film. So they literally went to like Party City and just bought a bunch of Halloween costumes for us.
Stop playing. Okay, let's do it. They're like, here you go. We're gonna make this work. Like, thanks, Disney.
I really want to go to Party City and try to see if they have my costume because I'm gonna grab that costume.
Okay, if you can take a picture so I can dress like you too.
Okay, let me say this. It's going to be very hard to find me because we get in there, I get my costume on and stuff. I'm wearing this it's like a Roman soldier costume, right? I get to hair and makeup and this amazing makeup person. Shout out to Heather. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Heather. How are you?
And she gets me and she's like, I know what we need for this. We need a wig. I was like, a wig? Excuse me?
Let's go wig.
She puts on this like popper wig from medieval times. And I straight up look at myself. I'm like, y'all made me Lord Farquaad from... So that's exactly what I look like. So that's all I was like, they didn't know my name. They just knew me as Lord Farquaad throughout the
let's go. So then you ate wardrobe, and then we're on the set. And are you like, what's going through your head now at this point?
Yeah, well, so it's a night shoot. It's overnight, right? Because they need to, it's all takes place at night. So, they need it to be dark for as long as possible. So the very first thing that we do is my favorite thing is craft services. If you don't know,
let's go. The food is great on set. If you ever are on a movie set, eat well, okay? Trust me, it's always good. But go ahead.
Right? So yeah, we have to go. We get craft services, get crafty, because you have to legally get fed every X amount of hours or whatever. So so the minute that you get into costume, that already starts your hours. So we had to go get craft services, and then we go to holding, and we just wait and wait.
Yep.
And wait. So I don't know if you can see it in the shots. It's kind of in the distance, but there is a movie theater that they have, and it says Salem at the top. That was our holding room.
Wow.
Fun fact: there are little Easter eggs. I'll post them on my Instagram so you can see them. But there's little Easter eggs of Sex and the City on the marquee. Little shout out. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of like little Easter eggs. It's really fun to check out on the marquee. But we're in holding, we're chilling there for hours and hours, and then they're finally like, okay, you know, cameras are ready, we're good, you know. And essentially they started off with just like background work for us. So we're just like walking around, and the witches come to the set. And as you know from the movie, they're like walking around, checking out all the different venues. And I was done. I was like, they are
But
right
Steven, I'm about to tear. Look, you guys, I'm about to tear up my mic. I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to throw my laptop because first of all, I've been in these situations on set, and you wait. But when you're in love with someone or just character or like this movie Hocus Pocus, and you see this, that's one of my questions I wanted to ask you is like, how was it seeing the legendary the sisters? Like when they walked out and you're filming and you're like, hold up, cut. I would be like, cut, and hold on, I need a moment. Like, how was it for you, man?
Oh man, it was amazing. They were really far away from me on this particular shot because it was like an extra stuff. It was my first day on set, but what I heard is the week previous, they did some shots with the sisters on that set, like walking around the Salem Scare, but apparently they didn't like it, so they did complete reshoots of it. Also, this was the very first time that all three sisters were on set together because Bette Midler was doing something. I don't remember what she was doing. Sarah Jessica Parker was just finished filming Sex and the City, the new series on HBO. So she literally went from HBO set to Hocus Pocus set. So it's the very first time that all three of the women were on set, and we're there. We're like, what? We're here. We're seeing them. Oh, check out the set too. I don't know if you can see it. Again, check out my Instagram because I have photos, but there's some really awesome like little Easter eggs on all of the booths. Like they have like the Dost Thou Comprehend booth and boutique, and there's some other fun things. I forget, but yeah, I've also got some reels coming out that are gonna have like some like. I was not allowed to film on set in Disney. I did not film while
He did not film, Mouse. Back up, Mouse. He didn't film. He loves you.
But I might have filmed when I was not on set and not on the clock.
Yes.
It's literally, we're in Newport, Rhode Island, and it's a public street, so anyone can go down it. So
and film. Yeah.
Well, I'm not, on the clock. I was just filming as a regular citizen. So I got a lot of like shots and stuff of the set. So you have to check that out.
I love it.
Yeah. So the first day was kind of like a bum because we were just basically doing extra work. We're like, when are we gonna dance? When are we gonna do our big scene? Right. So then it's like I think we got done at like I don't know, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that. We left. We go home. We sleep, and then we come back the next day. Call time is at like 3 p.m. We like do the same old thing again, costume, wardrobe, hair, makeup, go back to set or whatever. And this time we go to the stage. So this time we're all like audience members. The witches come on the stage for the first time. And Willie, let me tell you, that was the moment. That was the moment they get on stage. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I am the luckiest person in the world because they're about to sing one way or another to me, and they're wearing these costumes, these women. I am like one of maybe 1,000 people, including crew and people, who get to see these women live as these characters. I get to see them live. They are literally performing for me because I am a guest.
I would literally like jump kick someone in the chest for that. I swear to you, Steven. I swear to you.
Was so palpable. Every single person. Yes, we're all actors. Yes, we're all like in the space we're hired to do this job, but it didn't matter. At that point, everyone was so like it was fire.
It's rare. It's rare. And you get to hear them live. Come on now. Come on now, Sanderson sisters. I would pay for that. I would pay for that. And you guys had it right there and you were getting paid. Oh my gosh.
You know
Okay.
what's
All right,
funny
keep
too
going.
is they're on stage and they're doing like lines and stuff before the song happens. But you know they're mic'd or they've got boom mics and stuff like that they're filming with. But they're obviously not amplified because it's not a real concert or real show. So we're
Right.
all like silent, like sneaking in to listen because they're just talking at regular volume on stage, and we cannot hear what they're saying. We're like, oh, what's going on? What are they saying?
Bro,
So
I feel like throwing my chair because the reason why I'm freaking out, you guys, is because I've been on set, I've been in films, and I get it. So I'm literally in his head as he's describing and talking about his experience with this, and I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? I really can see it because when you're different from taping, from theatrics and theater and whatnot, it's completely different. They're not throwing their voice. They're not trying to make sure that the person in the back room hears them. They're really acting. It is, and then you can hear the ambience of everything of just the room. And so anyone that's there that has this moment that sees these three amazing women performing and just acting, I'm at awe. I literally will punch somebody just to be in the room and be like the fly on the wall. You know what I mean? So okay,
Yeah.
so they're acting. They're on stage. This is your first time. This is not your first time seeing them, but this is your first time seeing them like do their thing, right?
right
And
there on stage,
and you're there. And okay, keep going. This is great.
So we leave, we go cut, we go take our lunch break at midnight.
This is a night shoot. This is a night shoot.
Correct. So
Okay.
our lunch break is at midnight.
Yep.
We go take our lunch, we come back, and they have the flying machine ready to go. We're like, what? And so they started off with the stunt doubles, right? So they had the stand-ins, they were all hooked up, and we're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like the stunt doubles are going up, and we're getting ready to like shoot, the scene because so what happens is, as you saw, like the witches fly from the stage and fly above us while we're dancing. And I thought that's gonna be all like CGI and stuff, which most of it was, but like they literally had a flying machine and flew them off the stage. Like that was like practical moment. And what was crazy? Oh, Willie's gone. Bye. See ya.
First of all, I'm glad I wore pants because I'm pissed off because I really want to. Like, first of all, I love Peter Pan. I love flying. So anything theatrical, anything amazing in effects, that's all me. But to see them take off and fly. Yeah. Just keep going. I'm sorry. I'm all in, bro. I'm invested into you. I'm gonna. Sorry. Go ahead.
So what was crazy about it is like to make the flying happen. So there's like imagine an entire street. I can't even describe it, but it's like an entire block. Like if you know New York City, it's like imagine an entire city block, and they've got the stage on one side, right? And then on the other side, they've got this humongous crane. And so they're only going like probably from like if the stage is here, they're probably just going to here, but they got a crane all the way in the back to like stabilize it and to hold them so they fly up, which is kind of crazy. So, we're like, okay, ready to shoot, these stunt doubles. No. Sarah Jessica Parker and Bette Midler get hooked up in a harness and they're about to literally fly. I was like, what? So
how far up in the air are they? Like, would you say?
I'd say probably a good 12 feet above me. So they fly, but part of the choreography is we're facing the stage, we turn around, face away from the stage, and we march away because, we're going to look for the mayor for them, and then they fly over us while we're turned away, right? So I'm dancing, I can't see, them behind me, but they yell, cut, I turn around, and I felt like, not really, but I felt like I could literally jump and touch Sarah Jessica Parker's feet.
I would have smacked it. I'm like, girl, you are size 6. I'm this here. Woo!
He was literally above me, which is crazy. In fact, a lot of the extras, they were all like, hey! They were like yelling to the women, hi, what's up? And they would just be like waving to us as they're like slowly coming down from their descent. So we filmed that like a million times, just over and over again, of them like going up and over us and stuff. But again, still no like real, like the choreography that we learned on the first day, no choreography. It's just us turning around and kind of marching this like choreographed movement as we march away. You know, cut to day 3, the third day. We had 3 days of shooting and then 1 day of hold, just in case we didn't get everything. Third day of shooting, they bring the women back, and this time it's crowd reaction because they all got the women, but they didn't do the opposite. So remember that the second trailer that came out, you get a moment in the second trailer where you get behind the witches and you see the crowd. That moment is the third day of shooting where they like got us. It was like, I think it was like 11 p.m. and by then the women were like, deuces, bye, see you later, bye, everybody. So we went to our lunch at 11 p.m. and then we get back at like midnight, and then they did like some crowd reaction shots. They had to flip the cameras and everything, and we did that until like 3 or 4 a.m.
in the morning.
We went back into holding. Yep. We went back to holding, and then the choreographer comes up to the dancers and is like, "Okay, like I've got new choreography for you, brand new choreography." He's like,
"What?"
Yep. So we quickly like learn this choreography, and then we have no idea what's going on. Right? They bring in Mayor Task in front of the candy cauldron, and she's standing there. And at the candy cauldron, her name is Sandy. There's like Sandy's Candy Cauldron, whatever. Forgive me if I'm messing up the name of her candy place. Sorry, huge fans. But it was a year ago. It was a year ago that I filmed it. So she's standing there. They've got the mayor there. And then we have this choreographer where we're like slowly coming up to him. And then we form a circle around the mayor. And then we have to like do this dance around him. And then we all like put our hands on him. And I guess because again, we're given like no information about this. So once we touch him, that's when we like break and like the spell is broken and we come alive and we like kind of walk around. So like the mayor is in the center and he drops he has a what's it called? Candied apple. He drops it and he's like yelling and he's like, "No, Sandy, why? And we're all like, what the heck is going? We have no idea what's going on. We don't have a script,
Right.
They're only giving us like the stuff that they're allowed
The
to give
tidbits.
us.
They only giving you what you need to know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So we're just seeing this scene happen and we're part of it. And we have no idea what's going on. And it was a little stressful because it was the third day. What we found out, which they didn't tell us this, but I found out on my own, that apparently they only had you have to like rent like the space if you're going to film there. You have to like get permits and stuff. They only had permit to film for those 3 days. So even though we had a hold on the fourth day, we didn't actually have a permit to film on the fourth day. So we weren't going to film. There's no way. But remember, we didn't do the choreography that we learned. We learned this like brand new choreography an hour before we shot. We get to the set that they told us, we did the choreography. We showed the director. She looked at it. She gave some notes to the choreographer. They made some changes like on the spot. They're like, okay, instead of this, we're going to do a grapevine. We're going to have, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to walk forward. You're going to do this. Like all this is happening. We've got 40 dancers. We've got 100 background. We've got probably another like 200 like camera, PA, like all the different
crew, production crew and all that.
Yeah, exactly. We have, and it is like I said, it's like 4 a.m. and by now it's like probably 5 a.m. 5 a.m. We have 1 hour to film it because the sun comes up at 6 a.m. So we have 1 hour to film this new choreography that we had just learned, and everyone is exhausted. Like, because this is the end of day 3 of doing overnight shoots. It is the latest night. We know that we have to get this shot tonight. It's the only time to get it. And so, oh man, it was stress ball change.
I bet. Oh my gosh. I have to take a breather. That is, first of all, that's exciting. Oh, yeah. It's exciting. I will be on cloud 9. I will be like, even though this is a year ago and you're telling a story, you're telling your experience a year ago, I'm there with you, Steven. And let me tell you, I don't know about you. I know you're in contract, but when I get home, I'm telling everybody. I'm sorry, Mouse. I'll be telling my mom, my daddy. But you know what I mean? Because Hocus Pocus, it means so much to me. And And yeah, and you totally took me there, brother. Like,
Yeah, I mean, not
so
just you, but like everybody watching too. Like me, like
yes,
we all have loved this film. It's campy, it's ridiculous, it's fun, and
yes,
I love, trust me. I mean, hello, this is a horror podcast. I love horror films. I love them. But like, this is a family friendly thing that like it's campy, it's fun, it's ridiculous. We all can see ourselves in it. We
we
all
all
enjoy
can
it.
connect to it, and not only that, but all ages can. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we totally could get entertained. There's people that may not like Hocus Pocus. I don't care if you don't. I don't. That's not. No, this is for the lovers that do. Anyone can watch this movie and laugh and giggle and be entertained by it, and it makes memories. It makes
Yep.
memories, and I'm so excited that you shared your ultimate memory
Yeah.
with us about Hocus Pocus too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
totally.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Halloween movie?
Favorite Halloween movie. First, like I said, I love horror movies, and the one that
Yes.
scared me the most was 28 Weeks Later. I didn't see 28 Days first. I saw the
Okay.
weeks first, and that I literally had nightmares for
Really?
a whole month after watching it. And
That's
that's when I learned I love horror. I love it. Even though I had
Yes.
nightmares, I love that movie. And then of course,
Yes.
then I watched the original, and I love the original too. That's
What's
my
your favorite part? Well, what's your favorite part about Halloween? Like, I mean, I'm sure I see your background. I see the sets and everything. You totally have that Halloween vibe. I love it. I love it. What is one of your best memories with Halloween?
That's a good question. Memories in Halloween. I don't know. I mean, I'm personally not like the person who likes to go and dress up. I'm not as you saw in the
Because you dress
photos,
up you do a lot of performance, so it's like, it's
I'm
for work.
usually behind the scenes. That's the thing about me, is I'm
Okay.
usually director choreographer, but
Yes.
I got the opportunity to do Hocus Pocus, so I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna do Hocus Pocus. Come
Yeah.
on now,
Yeah.
I will come out of the woodwork. I will go back, put on my dancing shoes to do Hocus
Let's
Pocus.
go
Sure,
for this one. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I personally now as an adult, one of the things that I love to do is I love passing out candy to kids. I think it's so much fun to like give back and like be a part of that magic for like the young kids and the young generation. So that's my favorite part about it.
Love it. If you had to conjure a spell, what would it be?
It would probably be for more Hocus Pocus or like a series. I would love for it. Are you kidding me? A Disney Plus series? Yeah.
Come on. Okay, hold on, Mouse, Disney executives, if whoever's watching, Hocus Pocus series, bring it out. Come on, put it on Disney Plus. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Steven
I
Cardona.
love it. I love it. And bring my man Steven in it.
Right. Yeah,
And then another thing is, do you want to would you like to play a game with us? A quick game. It's 5
yeah,
questions.
sure. Let's do it.
Is that okay? All right, let's do this. Let's play a game. Want to play a game? Let's do it, baby. Okay, so we're here playing a game with Steven Cardona. Woo! All right, Steven, you ready? Let's do it. Okay, where does the so this is about Hocus Pocus, all right? And we have about 5 or 6 questions here. Where does the movie take place in Hocus Pocus?
Salem,
Well,
Massachusetts.
before we start, I just want to say this: if he gets every question right, someone who's at the watch party live will win a awesome Hocus Pocus and Halloween themed grab bag. I don't know what it is; it's a mystery, but it has some fun prizes, some fun things in there, and you're gonna win.
Willie, how are you gonna do it like that? There's so much pressure.
You know what? Pressure's on. You've been in pressure. You've been in a pressure cooker with Hocus Pocus too, so you're used to this. So okay, so going back to the questions, where does the movie take place in Hocus Pocus?
Salem, Massachusetts.
Let's go! That's right! Let's go, baby!
And the actual original house is actually there. I visited. If you go to Salem, you can visit the house. It's really there.
And you know what? I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna make sure. Thank you for that, Mr. Traveler, Disney influencer. I'm gonna do that. So yes, he is correct on that. Okay, what are the Sanders sisters' name? Sanderson sisters, excuse me.
Winnie, Mary, and Sarah.
Correct again. Let's go. What are the actors' names? You got to get this right.
Kathy Najimy, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Bette Midler.
Woo! What is the name of the school Max attend in Hocus Pocus?
No,
we're going there.
Like that.
We're going there.
Oh, crap.
It starts with a P.
No, I don't want to.
Should we just give it? Should we give it to him, people? It's Phillips Elementary School.
Yeah,
at Salem,
one.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. One Hocus Pocus too, so I don't know.
Here's an easy one. What is the name of the cat in Hocus Pocus?
Oh, Binks.
Let's go. And then let's see here. What is the most popular song from Hocus Pocus?
I would have to say I Put a Spell on You.
What is the second?
Well, I was gonna say mine, which is One Way or Another, but you know, that's Hocus Pocus 2.
Let's give it to him. And then I mean, my favorite is "Come Little Children."
Yes.
I'll take. But anyways, that is it. We want to play a game. Listen, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much to Steven for taking out time and telling us about his experience with Hocus Pocus 2. It was delightful, man. I'm telling you, I lived through you. I was so excited for this. I couldn't even sleep last night. I've been so excited for this interview, and you gave everything, and I am spent. I just want to say, you guys can follow Steven on his social media. Please do. I mean, you're on IG? You're on IG somewhere down here. But yes, follow him. He has so much nuggets and things he's going to be putting out about Hocus Pocus 2. And also, he's just an amazing person and just amazing creative and giving so much back into the theatrical world and the theatrical space and the Disney space. So follow him and live through his vacations when he goes to every Disney park, because he's always creating magic, not just with Disney, but everywhere he goes. And I just want to say, you guys follow us at Yep That's Scary. We're on all the social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, and get the exclusive. Follow us on our podcast and get this bonus feature with Steven. And I just want to say thank you so much, Steven. Thank you so much, Brent, my live broadcaster. Thank you for just everybody for just tuning in. And this is Yep, That's Scary. So stay scary. We did it. Wow.